Hey, this third blogger. Welcome to the Whoop Project, where people submit their encounters to me for analysis. This encounter just happened to be posted on YouTube by Chanda on her Let's Go See channel. Come give Chanda a subscribe and a like. The name of the video is called Unknown Calls in the White Mountains of Arizona. Beautiful spot. She's asking any ideas or identification. Let's check that out. Okay, let's get into the details of Chanda's encounter. She said this happened on August 10th, 2023. Ooh, that is so close. My birthday is August 9th. She said it happened 12 p.m. Out at Browns Creek. Said she used an iPhone to record this. She said it was sunny, clear. Her and her husband and dog were out there camping. And I asked, do you frequent this location? She's like, yes, numerous times, and we'll be going back. Hopefully, Chanda, you're going to be going back with a better audio recorder. And in Chanda's own words, she said she was sitting enjoying the creek sound while camping and heard an unidentified call a half a mile to a mile away. I asked, were there any other odd activity, maybe before or after the vocalizations or sighting, like smells, weird feelings, pet reactions, knocking, rocks being thrown, anything like that? And she said they had a bear visit the camp every morning and evening after the call, which would be a cue to me to relocate. And she also said that she had, or maybe saw, a weird blur in the woods. And often people talk about that. They see something large moving through the trees so incredibly fast that it's just a blur. And she also said they had like an uneasy being watched feeling. I asked, did you notify the authorities? And she said they had one ranger come by to check on them as there was no service out there, and he acted as if everything was normal. So I guess they didn't discuss the encounter. And then I also asked, how many witnesses other than you? And she said, just me, as my husband and dogs were napping. Wouldn't you know it? But at least she filmed the video. So way to go, Chanda, on that. Okay, so here is the actual audio for that entire recording. We're looking at it through a spectral analysis view, which allows us to literally see sounds. And it's this stripe right across here. These little blips, those are the calls in question. And the problem is we've got all this other noise happening. You've got a babbling brook right there. You've got a jet in the air, which we can see by these long bands here. So if you're ever out recording like this, well, you obviously can't move away from the jet, but you can wait, hopefully a few seconds, maybe a minute or two till the jet passes. If you're near a stream or something making noise, move away from it before you do your recording. Now, it looks like right over here, Chandy did move away, so have a listen, and you're probably going to need really good speakers or earphones. Here we go. Did you hear that? I mean, it is distant. It might be a mile away. So then I went through the lengthy process of trying to salvage this audio. And all you can really do is try to strip away a little of the noise and then enhance, the frequencies you do want. And you can't do too much at once. You just have to do a little at a time, a little at a time, a little at a time. And it finally got me to this state right here. Have a listen. And the problem with trying to clean audio like this is that in trying to remove all that noise, background noise, I surely diminished some of the vocalizations, the screaming that we wanted. So, and all it left us with is something that kind of sounds like a train whistle. And by the way, let me drop in a train whistle. Have a listen. Here, listen to both. You can tell that whatever this is, It's not a train whistle. And more importantly here, its sonic fingerprint, you can see, is entirely different. Look, the train whistle kind of meanders around up and down as it gets louder. And then right here, it falls off. And then when it starts in again, we see it starts at a low frequency and goes up. Ooh. So this is not a train whistle. Besides, the nearest train is a 2-hour drive to Winslow, not a train. Now, for you poor skeptics who are desperately wanting or needing this to be some type of whistle, for that to be true, for each of these yellow lines here, each of these vocalizations to be somebody out there in the trees blowing a whistle, each one of these would have the same sonic fingerprint. They would look essentially exactly the same. And so to put that to the test, I took a copy of each one, and there we go. And I stacked them on top of each other so that we could look at and compare them. And then I even drew a line through to show how each kind of meandered up and down in pitch. And we can see that all 6 are entirely different from the others. So it was not somebody out there blowing a loudest whistle ever, emergency whistle, or it wasn't somebody out there cold blasting a whistle signal, because we can see with our own eyes evidence that each one of these is entirely unique. So not a whistle, and sure, not a train whistle. And for those of you hoping that Chanda just recorded some known species, like a coyote or bobcat out there sounding like a train whistle, this, again, is one of the vocalizations Chanda recorded. And look at it. We can see with our own eyes that this vocalization does not vary in pitch at all. It is just bored straight. Whereas if we look at coyotes and dogs and wolves and bobcats and any known species in North America that you might expect to hear calling out like this, you can see that every single one of them, their vocalizations vary wildly. Wildly in pitch, up and down, all over the place. So whatever this thing is that Chanda recorded, it is not any known species in North America or anywhere else in the world that I've ever found that has a vocalization that is bored straight with practically 0 variance in pitch. But I did, however, find some vocalizations out there that did match up with Chanda's vocalizations perfectly. Here again on the far left is Chanda's. And let's just listen to some of these others, but look at them. All of them bored straight. So here we go. So there you go, Chanda. We can now add your vocalizations that you recorded in Arizona to this bizarre list, this ever-growing list of vocalizations that I've been cataloging that have been terrifying people all over North America with these vocalizations that don't match any known species on the planet. And this proves yet again that while it is all but impossible to see whatever large, highly elusive species this is, whatever you want to call it, while we can't see them, they let us hear them quite frequently. And I'm getting more and more submissions. And this is how we're going to learn more than ever about this species from the vocalizations that they let us hear. hopefully in time, our map will begin to fill in, and we'll possibly be able to spot travel routes and times of year and destinations. And are they following migrations or what? This is how we're going to do it. So if you're hearing these type of vocalizations, click the links down below to submit or find your gear up, and help us learn, help further the Whoop Project. All right, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. And Shonda, thank you so much for sharing this with me. All right, everybody. Take care.